Um, Projectmadtrapr versus INSEMINATOR for the welterweight title. That fight should be very fun to watch.
All right, on to the welterweight title fight. We're gonna have the boss, Projectmadtrapr, taking on Inseminator. This is a huge welterweight title fight. I mean, Project, I've known him for years. Inseminator is a new friend of mine. You know, I just met him with this coming game, EA UFC. I mean, both are really nice guys.
And then Mad Chopper versus Inseminator. I think that's a pretty good matchup. I think it's going to be a fucking war, and I think they both have really good skills. I know they have something to bring to the table, so.
In the welterweight title fight, we have Projectmadtrapr versus Inseminator.
I've fought Madtrapper a few times, and I always like to keep it standing with him. I think it's enjoyable.
I've definitely been friends with Projectmadtrapr longer. You know, like I said, I've known him since EMMA. I've trained with him since EMMA. He's one of my regular sparring partners, always will be. For any game, really, this game, Fight Night, whatever future games.
I know Project's a beast, so we'll see what happens.
Project versus Inseminator, man. Project is one of the cleanest dudes I've ever fought. Just pure skill, no bullshit, no exploits.
I think Project's style will outwork him.
Inseminator, I don't have too much experience with, so I can't really speak to his ability set.
He didn't just give, but the thing about Project is he's not giving himself an easy title defense like a lot of guys might do. I mean, he's putting himself in against Inseminator, who's definitely a league veteran. I mean, I knew Inseminator from the HFO. Not a lot of people know about that league. Doesn't have the competition that Cage Supremacy has, but I mean, it's still a league. So, I mean, he's been in leagues, now he's in Cage Supremacy. He's a good fighter. He's just a pure mixed martial artist himself, sort of like Project. Like I consider them both just pure mixed martial artists. They can really do anything.
I myself have fought Inseminator a couple times in another league, and I like that guy. He's a good guy. I like Project as well. And this is a good chance for Inseminator to prove himself and maybe come away with a win, but you never know.
I've never actually fought Inseminator. Heard he's pretty good.
I've seen one fight with Inseminator.
But in the end, I do think Madtrapper's going to take this because I know he's got a well-rounded skill set.
I'm going to give the edge to Projectmadtrapr in this fight. I'm going to say Project wins by decision. Primarily because, I mean, Project fights with me more. I mean, he trains with me, and that'll make anyone's game better. If you train with myself, Tweety, the Copy Ninja, Drake, like, you're gonna be a real nasty player. You know? Like, real nasty. So, I mean, that said, I mean, I have played Inseminator a couple of times, and he's always gave me a great fight. But, still, Project has the better players to spar with. That's going to be the difference.
I think Project's probably going to win this one. He's probably going to knock him out. I'd probably say in the 4th round.
But I'm gonna give Project the edge on that one. I think he's gonna take it.
I think it's an intriguing matchup, but I think it's a 4-round, maybe 5th round knockout by Project on his style.
And then I see Project against Inseminator. I see Project finishing Inseminator. I don't know when.
I think Project should be Inseminator and retain his belt.
Projectmadtrapr Inseminator. My man Project will win that 'cause he's a great champion and shit, and he'll sort out my heavyweight title fight too.
Well, I've fought in Project multiple times. First we fought in the light heavyweight, I beat him, but then we fought in the original weight class we're gonna fight for the championship in, which is welterweight. And it was actually a pretty good fight. It could have went either way. And he beat me by decision.
Me versus Inseminator, it's a rematch. It's an interesting fight. And I think it's a very stern test for my return and my first title defense back in Cage Supremacy. I think it's going to be a fucking fantastic war. I think that this is a really good test for me in a lot of ways because in a lot of ways me and him are very much equals almost. We've always had close fights, and he's very talented. He's no joke. This is no walkthrough for me. It's going to be a real test to see where I'm at, actually. I mean, you got to look at the journey that it took you to get here. I mean, in my third fight, I was winning, and I got fucked. I got the interim belt, and then I beat the champion and unified it, and I'm the undisputed champion. But that's the past, and this is the present, and you're only as good as your last fight. And it's a completely new game, and I am still evolving, and I need to amp up my game, and I need to bring it to a whole new level for this fight.
It's going to be a lot of blood, a lot of bruises. Gonna rock each other probably a couple times. Hopefully I don't get rocked and get knocked out. But I've worked real hard to get up to this opportunity and really grateful that Project gives me the chance to get a shot at the belt. From what I've seen so far, he has an excellent skill set, and his skill set kind of mirrors the same skill set I have. So I'm predicting this is going to be a all-out brawl war.
Inseminator is very much like me in a way. He likes to strike, but he also has that ground game ability. He has that submission ability. I think I'm probably better in those last two areas. I think he's got the edge striking-wise, but I'm going to be coming right after him and scoring points. But that's because I know that he's incredibly tough to finish. I've never finished him. I've always decisioned him in our fights, and I don't really recall many people, maybe Nugs, beating him and finishing him. But he's an incredibly tough opponent for me to fight.
Hoping either to win by decision or by knockout, one of the two. The ground game's not very good, so I don't think submission's gonna happen unless I get lucky.
In my last title fight, I got overwhelmed by who was in my opponent's corner and not my opponent itself, not the fight itself. I should have been scoring points. I should have been being more aggressive and being smarter, and that's what I'm going to do in this fight.
If I beat Project, I should be able to be a good champion. Shows that I've learned a lot of things, came a long way, and if I beat Project, shows that I have a pretty good skill set.
Inseminator, he's a tough upcoming kid. He's a nice guy. We have total respect. This is probably one of the first fights no one's trash-talked the fuck out of me. So it's going to be really respectful, but it's business as usual, and I don't care who he is. No one's going to take this belt from me.
That many people probably would have a hard time beating me. But if it goes the other way, and Project beats me, I would give him respect because it's going to be a good fight either way.
But with that being said, I expect that I should win this fight by 5-round unanimous decision, maybe even 3 rounds to 2 for the winner, and still Cage Supremacy welterweight champion.